3 weeks ago, North Woodstock, New Hampshire welcomed the NASCAR Whelen Modified Tour to the White Mountain Motorsports Park for an Independence Day celebration. Well, it went so well, they've invited them back. It's race 3 for the Mod Squad. You're going to see it right here on NBCSN. Justin Bonsignore will look to become the first driver in Tour history to win the first 3 races of a season. The competition is going to be tough as 6-time Tour champion Doug Coby looks for his first win of the season with his new team, and Miller Place, New York's Craig Lutz sits 3rd in points. He's hungry for a win. And the 7 of John McKennedy starts from the pole and has been fast in the previous races. So all the drivers will be looking to spoil the Justin Bonsignore party. Welcome to the White Mountain Showdown 200 from White Mountain Motorsports Park. I'm Rick Allen. PA announcer Aaron Maynard will have the call of tonight's racing action. Taking a look at the highlights of the first 2 races of the season, race 1 was a dominating win by Justin Bonsignore from the pole. He took off, never looked back, leading all 133 laps. Race 2 was the inaugural event at White Mountain Motorsports Park for the mods, and Matt Hirschman dominated, leading 193 of the 205 laps, but it was those 12 that he didn't lead that were the most important as Justin Bonsignore pulled off his 2nd win of the year, winning the first 2 races of the season.
Yeah, we've been just a touch off today. A lot of guys did their homework since last time we were here, and we're just working on it. I think we had it better after qualifying or during qualifying, so, you know, we'll see 200 laps. We were definitely good on the long run here at the end of the race last time, so we're kind of banking on that again and just take what we can get, but we're going for that 3 in a row for sure.
Justin Bonsignore sits at the top of the point standings. Justin is going for modified history tonight, trying to become the first driver to ever win the first 3 races to start the season. Matt Hirschman sits in 2nd, 11 points back, while Coby and Lutz share 3rd, 17 points behind. And rounding out the top 5 is Chelmsford, Mass's John McKennedy. He's 19 off the lead. Earlier today, the 7 of John McKennedy collected his 2nd career pole in the NASCAR Whelen Modified Tour with a time of 11.506 and a speed of 78.220 miles per hour.
Qualifying was obviously good. Got the pole, and Tommy made some great calls after practice. We were struggling a little bit, and he did his little thing with the car, and it really worked. I knew out there after the first lap that was going to be the pole or close. It felt that good, so he made me look good today. Obviously, car was awesome, so we got the first part done. Hopefully we can keep the thing up front in the race and try to win the race.
Now for the call of the racing action, we send it to the PA announcer, Aaron Maynard.
Field now rolling off behind the White Mountain Motorsports Park pace car. 193 laps. The pole sitter, Matt Hirschman, led 1 month ago. Now it's time for John McKennedy to see if he can do the same. All around the racetrack, all around the country, these cars are ready to go. John McKennedy scores his first pole of the season, and he is flanked by the 75 of Chris Pastriak. Justin Bonsignore looking to make some history by winning 3 in a row to start the season. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the lights have gone down on the White Mountain Motorsports Park pace car. That means only one thing, and it's time to go to work. Business is about to pick up here at the White Mountain Motorsports Park as the grace of God and 700 horsepower is about to guide these modifieds around the racetrack. Here they come out of turn 4, down the strike. Green flag is in the air. McKennedy away with the lead. Patrick Eberling in the 07 trying to follow him through around the bottom of Chris Pastriak. Hangs it in on the high side of car 75. Lap 1 is in the books. It'll go to McKennedy. A little bit of a scuffle back in the back. Jeremy Gerstner gets out of shape. Melissa Byfield gathers him back up and will stay green. Plus 7. John McKennedy shows the way. Pastriak's able to get the 75 down single file as Ronnie Silk in the 85 works the outside groove on the 07 of Patrick Eberling. 2x2 down the back straightaway. Trying to find what he needs on the high side. Is that 85 or Ron Silk? Silk scored that team their first win last season. He'd like to put number 2 on the board for the 85 team as McKennedy shows the way. Patrick right behind Eberling, side by side with Silk. The 10 of Doug Coby rides in 5th. Garrett Goodale now up to 6th. 7th to Woody Pigcat. 8, Sammy Rameau in the 06. Dave Sapienza, car 36. And then Bonsignore's 51. with the 82 of Nucella and Tommy Catalano on the outside of the 54. But Kennedy showing the way in the 7. Field beginning a single file now. Need to let the rubber build up on the inside lane, let it get a little bit slippery before the outside lane can really come in for these guys. As Ron Silk slipping back past Doug Kobe. Now Aaron Goodale challenges him to the inside. Nucella in the 82, first time behind the wheel of that ride, moves around Catalano's 54. And Matt Swanson's going to come with him as Goodale moves up now into the top 5. Goodale the 5th and the 58. Doug Kobe's up to 4th and looking for 3rd, trying to challenge on Patrick Emerling. Emerling shuts the door on the back straightaway as everyone continues to chase the 7 of John McKennedy. Whoa, look out, back of the pack, the 2, J.R. Bertuccio, sideways off turn 4, gathers it in. Bertuccio almost tossed that car away, but was able to hang on to it. McKennedy continues to lead. Right on his dirt bar is the 75, Chris Pastriak, as they lap past the 30 of Gary Byington. Byington going a lap down, bringing the leaders right back together as they all have to run the inside around the lap car. McKennedy, Pastriak in the 75, Patrick Emerling, Doug Kobe, Goodale, Ron Silk, and Woody Pitcat. McKennedy in the 7, continuing to show the way. Doug Kobe, 3rd place finisher here back in the month of July when we celebrated our Independence Day. Currently up to 4th, working the back bumper on that 07 of Patrick Emerling. Trying high, trying low. Nothing doing for him as he'll settle it down in 4th now as we've got 14 laps on the board. 14 laps are complete. John McKennedy from the pole has led it every step of the way. Chris Pastriak not letting him get away in that 75. The 07 Emerling, though, leaves the inside door open, and here comes Doug Colby in car 10. Colby in the 10 tries the inside groove and then bails out of it as they got the lap car. Melissa Fifield plugging up the inside lane in front of him. McKennedy around the outside of Fifield in the 01. Pastriak will follow him by. The 07 Emerling, and then Colby in the 10. He'll immediately go back on attack as soon as they clear the 01 of Fifield. McKennedy in the 7 leads. Doug Colby, the Mayhew Tools car number 10, sits in 4th. Goodale is 5th. Not a lot of movement, and Justin Bonsignor deep in the field in the 51 yet. Front 4 cars run nose to tail. They're beginning to break away from 5th place. Eric Goodale's 58. The GAF roofing car hanging on to 5th place. 6th is Woody Pitcat's car. 7th is Woody Pitcat, the one. Ronnie Silk is 6th in the 85. Sammy Rambo in the 06 having a good run, getting pressure from the 36 of Dave Sapienza. As Chris Pastriak continues to work the back bumper on John McKennedy for the race lead. Silk in the 85 trying to hold off Woody Pitcat in car number 1. The 85 Silk running the bottom. Pitcat tried the outside of the Dunleavy's repair automobile, but couldn't get it going there. Lost a little bit of ground to Ronnie Silk. Everyone continuing to feel this out. It is a long way to go for 200 laps. And Justin Bonsignor is losing positions left and right. Anthony Nucella is by. Tommy Catalano by. Matt Swanson to the inside on Bonsignor. Bonsignor backing up through the field in car 51. Bonsignor back to 12th after starting 8th. Handling not to his liking on that Phoenix Communications car. The Bowler 3, Old Blue, trying to work by the 51 of Justin Bonsignor. Coming in today, the point leader, his closest adversary, not here today. Slipping back into the clutches of cousin Kyle Bonsignor in the 22. The 64, Rob Summers, Craig Lutz, 46, all lined up right behind him. As the Phoenix Communications car not having the communication with the racetrack it needs. Kennedy continues to lead as we watch Justin Bonsignor in car 51 trying to work his way around the racetrack. Lap traffic dead ahead for that battle. You got Tommy Catalano right in front of him in the 54. They're lapping by the 30 of Gary Byington. Byington going a second lap down now to the field. Swanson tried to dive down out of line. He could run on Bonsignor, but couldn't make it stick there. Bonsignor able to close the door as we've got one around on the front straightaway. Walter Sutcliffe, car 78. Loops it on the front straightaway coming off of turn number 4, and we've got our first caution of the day here on lap number 29. at the White Mountain Motorsports Park with a Whelen Modified Tour in action. The 78 Walter Sutcliffe brings out our first caution. So far, it's been all John McKennedy.
We'll be right back with more of the NASCAR Whelen Modified Tour on NBCSN. Welcome back to the NASCAR Whelen Modified Tour on NBCSN.
John McKennedy on the outside of the 7. And Chris Pastriak on the outside in car 75. Patrick Emmerling in the 07 and the 10. Doug Colby is 4th. Bobby Slade looks the field over. Here they come at a 4. Green is out. Back underway they go into turn number 1 with a great restart is John McKennedy. And Patrick Emmerling pulls even for second down the back straightaway. Pastriak going to have to make it work on the high side of car 75. Pastriak pinned in the outside lane by Patrick Emmerling in car 07 as they go 2x2 down the backstretch. Doug Colby's able to get his car down in line in 4th. Ronnie Silk rounds the outside with the 5th position in car 85. Silk to 5th. Goodale back to 6th. 7th, Woody Pitcat. As McKennedy continues to lead in car number 7, they're two wide behind him. Emmerling down low in the 07. Up high, it's Pastriak. Pastriak carrying the momentum around the outside groove with the new pavement they have out there just a couple of seasons ago, and he makes it work and hangs on to second. Pastriak in the 75 around the outside, hangs on to the number 2 position. He'd fallen back to 3rd, then rounded it around the outside, back into the runner-up position. But McKennedy's been able to drive away by about a half a car length. They get 2 car lengths now as they go down the backstretch. Pastriak settles in 2nd, 3rd to Emmerling, 4th to Doug Colby, 5th is the 85 of Silver. We'll go back to the battle for 13th. It's the 54. Tommy Catalano. Outside of him will be Anthony Nusella in car 82. As Catalano tries to get it rolling forward, trying to work the inside of the 06 of Sammy Ramu. Ramu with a bit of a bobble that time off the 4th corner. As they continue to run side by side. On the inside, Tommy Catalano. Outside, it is Anthony Nusella. First ride behind the wheel of car number 82. That's the car that Chase Dowling vacated. As we'll go side by side watching the leader, John McKennedy, drive away with it as that battle continues. Catalano gets the advantage. Matt Swanson's going to come with him in car number 3. Swanson now pulling in car number 3 on the inside of Anthony Nusella. Nusella on the outside. May not want to use up that much tire as there is no pit stops here at White Mountain Motorsports Park. 200 laps on the tires you start on. No break as we've seen in the past. On the Whelen Modified Tour, it's load them and go with what you've got. As the inside groove is beginning to work, the outside not so much for Anthony Nusella. Rob Summers, 64, will join that line as he tries to race by the 82 as well. Great qualifying run for the 82 Anthony Nusella today. Started from the 11th starting position, but he's now beginning to slip back on the outside groove. The 82 car is falling back to make it 13th as Rob Summers clears by. Field lapping past the 01 of Melissa Fifield again. The 06 leading the way in that battle. That's Sammy Ramu. He's from Westminster, Massachusetts. Right behind him, Tommy Catalano in car number 54. Catalano, 54. Work in the rear bumper. Has definitely shown great improvement over the last 2 years on the Whelen Modified Tour. Racing right now in the 10th position is Catalano in car 54. Still not really go time yet for the Whelen Modified Tour. We're only 52 laps into the books. It'll be 53 this time. 53 complete as McKennedy comes by the stripe. Down to the bottom. Catalano tries to give a little bit of a nerf to the back bumper of the Sammy Ramu car, but Ramu was able to hold him on. Ramu into the 06. That's the Central Mass Tree Service car. May not be quite as quick as Catalano, but Catalano not putting too much pressure to him. As they now lap past the 30 of Gary Byington. Byington in the 30 goes a lap down. Again, Catalano tries to drive underneath the 06 Ramu, but Ramu's able to hold him on. Action getting a little bit dicey now as the 82 Anthony Nusella has found his way back to the bottom. He's got a fast race car when it's on the bottom, and he's showing that right now as he tries to get back by the 64 of Rob Summers. Summers had high hopes coming into today, but he qualified 15th on the grid. Whoa, look out, cars checking up. Matt Swanson, one of them. Swanson goes way up the racetrack in front of Kyle Bonsignor in car 22. Rob Summers in the 64 is going to try to fill the hole underneath him. You can see the left rear quarter panel all dinged in on that 3 of Matt Swanson. Not a highly dependent aerodynamic racetrack, but it doesn't help to have that left rear quarter panel hung open like that. Bent the Nerf bar around on car number 3 as well as Summers continues to stalk behind him. 60 laps are complete for John McKennedy at car number 7 as he leads. McKennedy's led it every step of the way. Battle for third continues. Doug Colby, car number 10, drives down to the inside on Patrick Emmerling. Emmerling gets a little bit of a push from behind. You see the sparks fly right there in turn number 3. As Emmerling, though, has found that he can save a little bit of tire if he runs a little bit higher. Don't have to turn the car on quite a sharper radius. As we continue to work for the lead. Pastriak in the 75, maybe finding what he needs on the outside groove. McKennedy in the 7, slightly slower than the 75 of Pastriak. And Pastriak trying to find a way around him as they come into lap traffic. Tyler Ripkema from Oswego, New York, going a lap down. As we go side by side right now for the lead. And Kyle Bonsignor, Tommy Catalano. Whoa, we got one spinning in turn 1. Rob Summers, or turn 4. Rob Summers around at car 64. Summers goes through the spin slip. Whoa, Chris Pastriak's around as well as he got checked up. He may have gotten run into from behind. Caution flag is out. So Summers goes around in the 64. Right in front of the battle we were watching. All right, now we're going to go to our replays. And you can just see the tail end of that one as Rob Summers goes around in car 64. Justin Bonsignor has to take some extreme evasive action. And then Chris Pastriak in car 75 slowing down, gets run into by Patrick Emmerling in the 07. He slowed down a little bit quicker than Pastriak. A little bit of bumper to nose contact. Doesn't seem to have damaged either of the two cars. I saw them both as it just came by.
We'll be right back with more of the NASCAR Whelen Modified Tour on NBCSN. Welcome back to the NASCAR Whelen Modified Tour on NBCSN.
The 7, McKennedy, Pastriak on the outside. Emmerling and Colby in the 10. Pitcat and Silk. Goodale and Sapienza. Bonsignor and Catalano. That's your top 10. 73 complete, still shy of halfway by 27 laps. Green flags in the air. And again, with a great restart, it's John McKennedy in car number 7. Scooting away with a race lead. Colby now's making it work on the outside. Colby on the outside coming for third. Pastriak comes up to cover that maneuver. And Colby has to roll out of the gas. Patrick Emmerling back on the inside, coming back to third. Ron Silk, 85, trying to get around Woody Pitcat. Great battle right now from second on back as they race third, fourth, fifth, 2 by 2. Ronnie Silk finds a hold of the bottom down in front of the 1 of Woody Pitcat. He's got 5th position. And take a look at the front bumper on the Patrick Emmerling 07. The Nerf bars knocked off. There won't be a chrome horn coming from the 07 later today, as there is nothing holding that on except maybe one shear pin. Tough break for Emmerling, running inside of the top 3. That's where he got into the back of the 75 of Chris Pastriak before that, when that caution flag came out. Colby in the 10 has worked his way to third. We'll keep an eye on the front bumper of that 07 of Emmerling to see if it comes off. Emmerling rides in 4th. 5th is Ronnie Silk. 6th to Woody Pitcat. 7th to Dave Sapienza. Kyle Bonsignor. Then the 54, Tommy Catalano. And then the 58, Aaron Goodale on the outside as Matt Swanson continues his march towards the front. Swanson in car number 3. Working the inside on Aaron Goodale, trying to move forward. He's got Craig Lutz right behind him in the 46. Lutz in the 46, Matt Swanson in the 3. Have moved their way up around the 51 of Justin Bonsignor. His struggles have been documented today. Lutz goes way high that time through 3 and 4. He jumped the curb. It's like a dirt track right now over there. There's a cushion where the rubber sits, like when the dirt builds up. If you jump that, you'll lose a position or two. Leaders lapping past the 01 of Melissa Byfield. Battle for second is heating up between Pastriak in the 75 and Doug Colby and Cartan, the Mayhew Tools guy. Still looking for his first win as an owner-driver. It'd be win number 29 of his career. As John McKennedy in car number 7 shows the way in this one. Pastriak second. Third is Colby. Colby, just like in the July race, able to keep that car pinned a little bit lower than everybody else once the tires begin to wear. And that's what allowed him to creep into the top 3 after not being much of a factor in the early stages of July's race. This time he started as a play. Whoa, we got one headed to the infield. J.R. Bertuccio. Bertuccio into the infield on the front straightaway in car number 2. And unburned gas shooting out the tailpipe. Trying to get that car refired, and we've got yellow. Yellow flag is out for J.R. Bertuccio as he tries to get the 2-car refired and does. That is unburned gas coming straight out of the headers. Nothing to really be alarmed at unless you can't get it to refire. Bertuccio's headed straight to pit road. That is not the car that Bertuccio had here in July. There's a different car they thought would work better here at the White Mountain Motorsports Park, but didn't pan out that way. We're set to go back to racing. Here they come. Out of turn 4. Down to the stripe. Green flag is out. Doug Colby punches it at the start-finish line. Takes it way high in 1 and 2, but couldn't make it stick. He stays with him, though, down the backstretch. Into turn 3. McKennedy on the bottom leads. McKennedy. Car number 7 able to hang on to the lead. Back comes Colby after him on the bottom that time off turn number 2. McKennedy closed that door as well. Ronnie Silk gets to 3rd as Pastriak gets pushed back to 4th. But, whoa, we got one on the wall on the front straightaway. It's Tommy Catalano. Hard hit for Tommy Catalano. Hard into the front straightaway wall. Ripped the right front suspension completely off that car. As we've got a red flag. You see him moving around inside the car. He's got the steering wheel off, but there goes the speed. You can see the spindle still attached to that wheel. Getting ready to come out of it. He's got the steering wheel off. We're going to take a look at it right now, and it looks like problems for Patrick Emmerling. Stacked the outside lane up, and Woody Pitcat may have gotten into the back of Catalano, which hooked him into the fence. Tough break for him. Yep, you can see it right there. Catalano gets on the brakes as Emmerling checks up, and as soon as that right front makes impact with the wall, it shreds. Spindle and all. That's the steering knuckle. Still attached to that automobile. As we got a red flag, as really there's no way to get through. Tough break for the 54. Tommy Catalano.
This is the NASCAR Whelen Modified Tour, only on NBCSN and stream live on Track Pass with NBC Sports Gold. Welcome back to the NASCAR Whelen Modified Tour on NBCSN.
We are ready to go. It'll be lap 121, making 79 laps remaining. Here they come, out of turn 4. Bobby Slade sends them on their way with a green flag, and they're back after it in turn 1. John McKennedy, car number 7, away with the lead. On the outside groove, trying to hang on to second. It's Doug Colby. Colby on the outside with Ronnie Silk to his inside. Silk pulling even off of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Kyle Bonsignor to the inside on Chris Pastriak. Pastriak 75-22, Kyle Bonsignor. Pastriak almost got a piece of the wall down the front straightaway. Couldn't have put a piece of paper between the 75 and the wall down the front stretch, but somehow he kept it off the wall. The 7, John McKennedy shows the way. Colby has got second. And now he's trying for the lead off turn number 2. Tried to look a little bit of a dipsy-doodle move down to the bottom, but John McKennedy saw it coming and hangs on to the top spot. McKennedy in the 7, Colby in the 10. The 85 Silk is 3rd. 4th place, Kyle Bonsignor. 5th place, Chris Pastriak. Up to 6th is Matt Swanson. Swanson in the bowler 3, up to 6th. 7th to Dave Sapienza. 8th is Calvin Carroll. 9th on the outside, making 8th is Aaron Goodale in the 58. They bang wheels in turn 2 for 8th position. Battle for the lead continues. McKennedy in the 7. Continuing to try to hold off Doug Colby in car number 10. 128 laps on the board. 128 complete. It has been John McKennedy across the stripe on every single lap so far. Doug Colby in car number 10, trying to the outside, trying to the inside, trying every move he can possibly think of. But John McKennedy, watching that rearview mirror like a hawk, has got every lane covered no matter which one Colby's coming in. The Ultra Wheels number 7 shows the way. The Mayhew Tools, car number 10 of Colby rides in second. Ronnie Silk's trying to hang on to third, but Kyle Bonsignor wants that spot in car 22. Bonsignor in the 22 to the back bumper of the 85 of Ronnie Silk as Doug Colby in the 10 tries a little bit higher again through 3 and 4. Colby in car number 10 and trying to make his own lane around the racetrack, if that's what it's going to take to get by McKennedy to score his first win for the new team in 2020. Little bit of a chrome horn right there on corner exit to the 7 of McKennedy. Battle for third. Bonsignor to the inside. Silk on the outside. Here comes Colby for the lead in turn 1. Colby down the back straightaway. We got a new race leader. It's Doug Colby in car 10. Colby in the 10 to the top spot. He'll lead lap 135. McKennedy back to second. Justin Bonsignor got third as well in that exchange. Watching a couple of battles at once right there. We lost both of them. I think we missed the pass on both of them. Colby in car number 10, the new leader. McKennedy in the 7 is second. Third place, Bonsignor. Fourth place, Pastriak. Ronnie Silk is fifth. Sixth is Matt Swanson. As the 10 of Doug Colby puts the hammer down, and he's pulled away by 2 car lengths. The Mayhew Tools, car number 10. Defending series champion. Looking for championship number 7. And career win number 29. 61 to go. He's our race leader.
The NASCAR Whelen Modified Tour from White Mountain Motorsports Park will be right back.
Bonsignor has scooted away with that 22. He's got himself a little bit of daylight. And Ronnie Silk in the 85 begins to feel the heat from Matt Swanson, who in turn now is feeling heat from Dave Sapienza. Sapienza, car number 36, qualified on the field in the 10th position. Currently riding in 7th, wants the 6th spot. Currently occupied by Matt Swanson in old blue, car number 3. Just behind them, Eric Goodham, patiently watching this battle. As this time around, it's going to be 52 to go. Lap 148 ready to come on the board as soon as Doug Colby gets back here. That'll be lap 148 right now, 52 to go. 52 laps to go as Timmy Catalano goes a lap down in the 45. And Doug Colby has set sail at the front, ladies and gentlemen. Lapping to the outside now on Jeff Gallup in car number 4. Gallup goes a lap down. Amy Catalano, car number 56, the next car to go a lap down. She will as well. 56 Catalano with 50 laps to go surrenders her spot on the lead lap. Timmy Salamito in car 66 about to go a lap down. Jeremy Gerstner's 55. Final car on the lead lap, but for how long? Not long. That's what Doug Colby had to say. He flashes past him. 4 lap cars now separating Doug Colby from second place John McKennedy. As McKennedy, the first car, 2-lap traffic. Chris Pastriak's got himself third spot. Pastriak in the 4 has leapfrogged around Kyle Bonsignor as they navigated their way through lap traffic. Pastriak in the 75 pulled the slingshot maneuver around the outside of the 22. And that got himself back into the 3rd position. Ronnie Silk is 5th as they run right together right now. 3rd, 4th, and 5th, all nose to tail. Trying to work their way through lap traffic. Pastriak's leading the charge. Bonsignor's right behind. Silk in the 85 and then Swanson. They're actually grouping up right now big time. It'll be a big time battle right now for 3rd. There's no battle for 1st. It's all Doug Colby. Don't worry, you're not missing anything. He has laid the hammer down looking for the first win of 2020. Pastriak right now trying to lap past Amy Catalano's car 56. Kyle Bonsignor, 22, trying to get back to the third position. He just lost in lap traffic. Ronnie Silk is there. He wants fourth. Silk in the 85, trying to get himself to fourth position. Lap traffic plugging up the inside lane. Nowhere to go for Silk. He'll run in the tire tracks to Kyle Bonsignor with that fifth position. This time by, it's 41 to go. 41 laps to go for Doug Colby. Best battle on the racetrack right now is from third on back. It's Pastriak in third in the 75. Fourth place, Kyle Bonsignor. Fifth place, the 85, Ron Silk. Matt Swanson, Dave Sapienza. That's it for cars battling right now for that position. They've got the lap car, Amy Catalano, behind them. And how about Justin Bonsignor? Bonsignor in the 51, rebounding up through the field. He had to pit on that last caution, but he's up to ninth. He was running outside of the top 15 when the caution came out. They made some adjustments on that 51 car, and it's come to life. He just got by Eric Goodale's 58. Bonsignor, point leader coming in today. That's the 51 Phoenix Communication car. They made a couple of adjustments on that last pit stop. They may be too little too late to get the 3 in a row record, but he's definitely on a rail here now. As he's picked up at least 8 positions since the restart. Real estate, though, is now becoming a premium. As Doug Colby is buying it all up. He's about to put a lap on Patrick Emmerling in the 07. And he's got a straightaway lead on second place. Doug Colby in car number 10 has punched the time clock and said, see you later, boys, I'm out of here. And the Mayhew Tools car, with 34 to go, is not taking any prisoners. Battle for second, though, as McKennedy's begun to lose the handle on the Ultra Wheels car. Pastriak has saved and saved, and he's to the rear bumper for the number 2 position. McKennedy, car number 7. Pastriak, 75. Laughing past the 06 Rambo. Tyler Ritkammer right in front of him in the 32. A couple of drivers who had good starts to their day, but have not finished very well. And a couple of guys who are having some great ends, or at least in the great final stages of the race, battling for second. Pastriak was able to drive away from Kyle Bonsignor. And it looks like right now McKennedy may just be struggling to pass lap tires. So that's what's allowed Chris Pastriak to catch him. Now does Pastriak have the car that he's caught the rear bumper to get by him? McKennedy runs the bottom. Pastriak's going to try that inside move. He runs up in the middle of the corner and then shoots down low. Not quite close enough to do it that time. You kind of lull that guy into security that you're not trying to pass him on the inside. He'll slip up and then you'll dart down underneath him. Couldn't do it there as the lap car Jeremy Gerstner plugs the inside lane. Keep an eye on that battle for second. McKennedy trying to hold on to it. That'll give him his best run of the season. Pastriak in the 75. Trying to move himself up into second place. He may go right after it on the outside. He may have enough race car to pass him in the high groove. As you can definitely tell, the 7 car, which was blistering fast at the beginning of the race, is not quite up to the liking of John McKennedy, as we've got 25 laps to go. 25 to go for Doug Colby, who definitely has over a straightaway lead in this. Pastriak continuing to try the outside at car 75. McKennedy in there, but Pastriak said not today. Oh, we got one around in turn number 2. The A-Team 64 has gone around. The A-Team, Rob Summers in the 64, has gone around bringing out the caution with 23 laps to go. And I can tell you one person that didn't want to see another caution flag throughout the course of the day, and that was Doug Colby.
We'll be right back with more of the NASCAR Whelen Modified Tour on NBCSN. Welcome back to the NASCAR Whelen Modified Tour on NBCSN.
Doug Colby in car number 10, looking for career win number 29. It'll be his first career win here at White Mountain Motorsports Park, and his first win as a car owner. Picking up the pace out of turn 4, dropping the hammer. Green flag is out, and John McKennedy punches it on the outside, and he leads to turn 1. But Colby fights back on the bottom. Colby trying to peel him off on the outside lane. But Kennedy slides up. They've got him stacked 3 wide off 4. Kyle Bonsignor backs out of it. Whoa! Pastriak, but Kennedy get together. Caution flag is out. We've got yellow, and I'm not sure how they're going to resort this thing. I think the driver that's going to get the biggest penalty out of that deal is going to be Ron Silks, 85. We're going to take a replay of this one. But Kennedy, little bit of contact. Ron Silk was trying to make it through the infield. Dave Sapienza lifts Silk's tires up in the air. May have caused that car to stall. That may be why he went so far back. You can see it right there. Pastriak 75 slides up into McKennedy. Silk in the 85 gets the boot from Sapienza. Don't get the one to go green there, so we're going to go green again with a maximum of 7 laps remaining. Doug Colby, car number 10, looking for that first win as a car owner, as an owner-driver. John McKennedy, car number 7, is trying to hang on, take down that runner-up position. Just got stacked up with Chris Pastriak. So there's a lot of damage to the side of that 7. Kyle Bonsignor, car number 22, is now second after navigating his way through that accident. 4th place is Justin Bonsignor. So the cousins line up side by side in row number 2. Matt Swanson, who's hung around in about the 6th position all day, is now 5th. 6th is Eric Goodale. 7th to Calvin Carroll. 8th to Dave Sapienza. 9th is Craig Lutzen, car 46. 10th, rounding out the top 10, good strong run in his first outing for the 82 team, is Anthony Nocella. As we're now down to be a maximum of 6 to go if they show us the 1 to go green this time, which they are going to do. So 1 to go green. And it'll be Colby on the inside and McKennedy on the outside. Bonsignor and Bonsignor in row 2. Swanson and Goodale. The 25, Calvin Carroll, Dave Sapienza, top 8. 6 laps to go when they get back to the green flag, and they've got it. Sparks fly mid-pack. Colby away with the lead. Bonsignor on the bottom, coming for second. The 22 is Kyle Bonsignor. This time by 5 laps to go. Problems for McKennedy. He's sliding back. Justin Bonsignor back to 5th on the outside. Calvin Carroll gets a boot from behind by Eric Goodale. 4 to go for Colby. Doug Colby in car number 4, trying to hang on. Matt Swanson in Old Blue is up to 3rd. 4th place McKennedy. 5th to Bonsignor. They're 3 wide back in the pack. Action going hot and heavy everywhere right now except for the lead. And that's Doug Colby driving away as he's getting ready to come to 2 to go. 2 laps to go for Doug Colby in car 10. Kyle Bonsignor, Matt Swanson, John McKennedy, and Justin Bonsignor's 51 car. White flag ready to fly over the field. 1 more time around for Doug Colby in car 10. Kyle Bonsignor in car number 22, too far back to challenge. Checkered flag ready to come out. Turn number 4, first win of the 2020 season. Doug Colby, your winner, ladies and gentlemen. Colby gets the win. Kyle Bonsignor second. 3rd place goes to Matt Swanson. 4th to John McKennedy. 5th place goes to the 51, Doug Colby. And the Mayhew Tools, car number 10, Connecticut, is taking his lap of honor around the speedway. So we didn't get the start he wanted at the Jennerstown Speedway when the season started. Started out as a little bit of a struggle for how that driver has gone for the last couple of years. Rebounded with a nice 3rd place finish the last time we were here at the White Mountain Motorsports Park. And it took him 3 races into the 2020 season to find himself his own way into victory lane.
This is the NASCAR Whelen Modified Tour, only on NBCSN and stream live on Track Pass with NBC Sports Gold.
Welcome back to White Mountain Motorsports Park. Let's hear from Doug Coby, the winner of the White Mountain Showdown 200.
I think this is one of the most special wins that we could get. It was a tough off season, you know, winning a championship and coming back and trying to put a new team together, and had a lot of people step up to kind of make this a reality and bring the number 2 team over to the number 10 team. And you guys think it's hard to drive these cars. Try owning them and driving them and trying to figure out how to make it all work with such a difficult time for everybody in the world, really. And just so many people stuck by me. Mayhew Tools were the first to say they were going to help me however they could. And I couldn't be more proud of all my guys, not knowing where we're racing and battling with this new car last time here, first time out, and made the right changes today because, man, it was awesome in practice and didn't qualify great, but it was just stellar the whole race.
Let's take a look at the results of tonight's race from North Woodstock, New Hampshire. Doug Coby gets his first victory with his new team and 29th of his career. Finishing second is Kyle Bonsignor, his best finish of the season. John McKennedy finishes 4th after starting on the pole. Justin Bonsignor going for his 3rd win in a row to start the season, finishes the season worst 5th. Taking a look at the second page, Craig Lutz finishes 11th from the 17th starting spot. And the biggest mover on this page is number 32, Tyler Reitkema, moving up 14 spots from 27th to 13th. Well, Craig Pastriak went the other direction, starting second and finishing 20th. The final page, we see veteran Woody Pitcat, who started 7th, wound up 23rd due to some electrical issues.
Huge, massive effort just to get this car here. And it's really good. So his first race where we kind of were able to put it all together, and we worked really hard, sweat our butt offs all day, and it was a lot of fun. I wish we could have started a little bit better. I feel like we had something for the 10 if we started in the top 10. We used it up getting up there, but it was good. It was a fun track. It was a wild race. It was hot, but it was a good time.
So the points after 3 races. Now look at this. Justin Bonsignor, of course, still sits at the top, but the 10 of Doug Coby has moved into 2nd and now is just 9 points back. John McKennedy is 3rd, 16 points out. Justin's cousin, Kyle Bonsignor, with his 2nd place finish, moves into the top 5. Pastriak, Goodale, and Swanson are going to round out the top 10.
It was just a kind of survival of the fittest, kind of had to stay out of the trouble. And save the tires at the same time, and just keep all 4 wheels on until the end and just try and make the best out of starting 13th and having to come to the front. But my BRE guys gave me an awesome car. We had an awesome car last time we came here, and unfortunately we had a steering failure about 30 laps into the race, and we had to pull off. So to rebound with a 3rd place finish feels real good. I just can't thank Larry Westgate with All Phases Renovations, my whole Bowler Racing crew, just Propane Plus, everybody that works on this car, my whole crew, my family, my nephew Noah, who's right here at the front of the grandstands, and just everyone else that makes this happen for us.
The next race on the NASCAR Touring Series schedule here on NBC is the ARCA Menard Series West Tour at the Evergreen Speedway in Monroe, Washington. You can see it here on NBCSN, August 11th, 5 p.m. Remember, you can stream live all of the NASCAR Touring Series races on Track Pass from NBC Sports Gold and on a short delay here on NBCSN. Justin Bonsignor came up short, trying to become the first ever modified driver to win the first 3 races to start a season. 6-time Tour champion Doug Coby wins for the first time with his new team and takes his first ever win at White Mountain Motorsports Park. Hope you enjoyed all the racing action, and congratulations to the 10 and that first win together. Don't forget, NBC is your home for the NASCAR Touring Series, ARCA Menard Series East and West Racing, and the NASCAR Whelen Modified Tour.